I find that these are my favorite videos to make. The just sitting down, talking to the camera, and just talking about some real stuff. So I think this is what probably my best videos are gonna be. And we'll see how they perform. And if they don't perform well, I'm still keep doing them because I like them. And I don't really care what other people think. And it gets me better at communicating. So it's the main goal. Before we get started though, I'm gonna show you something that I'm very proud of. I built a vroom vroom. Okay. Anyways. I also built a llama. Hold on, now I'm showing off all my Legos. All my Legos have 2 Legos. Llama, cactus on it, a dollar bill ring on it. And I'm actually setting this camera up on the cactus. But it's all good. He's always watching me too, his big round eyes just staring at me. Oh, hold on. One last thing. Jason Momoa from the Minecraft movie. I don't remember what his name was, but that is really fun. I got that on a trip to DC in the airport. But anyways, I want to talk about something that I'd say the biggest thing that happened to me, that impacted my life, that changed me, that made me who I am today, which is the death of my mom. And now I'm in a place where I can talk about it and I'm not gonna cry, which it took a bit, but I hope that this can resonate with someone and make someone feel seen. So, start off. I did talk about this a little bit in another video where I was talking about God that I just recorded, and it gave me a video idea for this. So I was about 11, probably 10 when she first got cancer, and 11 when she unfortunately passed. And it was kind of hard. I understood what cancer was, and I understood that this is serious. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that I was just a kid. And I was just doing what kids do. I was being rebellious, I was being annoying. Not rebellious really, but I was just like being an annoying little kid. And that was stressful for her. And I just remember back to times where I was just being kind of like giving her attitude or something. And it just makes me, I don't want to say, yeah, it would have been better if I didn't, but I just didn't know. And I didn't know how to act in that situation. Nothing like that has ever happened in my life. No one really that I knew died that was that close. And no one that I can really think of, but really no one close to me ever died. And it's crazy that the first one was my mother, but it was just a big shock to me, and it made me grow up real quick. It made me realize that, like, bro, you gotta lock in. And yes, I'm gonna repeat some of the things I said in the last video, but if you didn't see the other video, then I'm gonna need to repeat myself a little bit. So yeah, I remember the last couple months, I was still, well, for a bit I was still going to school, but I'd say like the last week or two, I had a counselor at school, and he convinced the school to let me go be with my mom, because, I mean, I didn't know, I still wasn't 100% sure that she was gonna die, but I wanted to be with her. And so spent like a week or two over there, and I was still just, I was just being a little kid. I was just not wanting really to do things. Kind of just like wanting to be in the room, play on my iPad. And I wasn't really as present as I wish I was with her. And I remember her boyfriend at the time, amazing guy. Still talk to him. He's an angel sent from heaven. And he took care of my mom during the time that she was going through it. And I am forever grateful for him. And I don't know what we would have done without him. I'm not going to say any names here. I'm not going to air out names just for their privacy. And I'm not really trying to get that. I don't actually put that much of my life out there to give people's names. But yeah, skip ahead a little bit. I remember on the last day or her last days, I'm very glad that, I don't know why this popped into my head, but when I was little in kindergarten, it was my birthday, and my mom surprised me with the pizza party. And I never really got to know my mom, so I didn't really have much I didn't know her. I just knew her as her. And I just thanked her for what I could thank her for. Because my siblings were a lot closer. They knew her a lot better than I did. They are like 8-10 years older than me. So they knew her for way longer than I did. And they got to know her better because they're older. And if you're older, you understand more. But I was just 11. So I just thanked her for that birthday party. And at first I was nervous. I was like, I don't know. But I was like, bro, she's going to die. And I knew I was going to regret it if I didn't say it. So I just thanked her for that. I thanked her. I showed her pictures. And I was like, ¿Me te acuerdas de esto? Like, Mom, do you remember this? And I showed her the picture of it was a lot of pizzas. Like at least 5 pizzas on some tables outside with ranch and ketchup, no matter how weird you think it is. That was my jam. Not really anymore, but I was on the ketchup on pizza wave for a bit. And it was just something so simple, and it made her smile in the toughest time of her life that she'd ever gone through. I made her smile. And she was like, yeah, I remember. And she was happy. Even if it was just for a moment, she wanted to look strong in front of her kid. And I'm not gonna cry. But yeah, she smiled and she said that she remembers. And I am very happy that I told her thank you for that. And I kind of came to this realization a couple weeks ago, or like a month ago. I was standing on a bridge and I was just looking over at the ocean, and I was like, I have the sticky note, I have a bunch of, well, not really anymore, but I had more sticky notes on my wall. But that pink one right there that's standing out, it says, I never want to not get to know someone ever again. Because I never knew my mom. Which is kind of sad. And I only ever get to hear stories about what amazing person she was. So after that, that was kind of, I think I said that during kind of my alone time with her, because I do think this was the night that she died. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but we were all just, me and my siblings and her boyfriend and everybody, we were just taking turns just talking to her in private, telling her anything that we needed to tell her. And that's what I told her. And I'm very grateful for everything my mother did for me. And I mean, I don't wish that upon anybody. I watched my mother die in front of my eyes, and it's kind of, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a weird feeling. And I was up till like 4 in the morning that night until they took her out, because she was we were staying at a family member's house. And it was like hospice, I think this was called, where you stay at a family member's house for your last days. So I guess we knew, well, I didn't know, but my family knew that she didn't have much time and she wanted to spend time with us, because she was in hospital for a bit, but I think it was just too late. And I didn't know that at the time, because I don't think they wanted to tell me. But I guess I actually didn't realize that till right now. I don't think there was much time left. But anyways, jump cut to the funeral. And well, we had 2 funerals. One was kind of an open casket one, and it was kind of in a hall, a salon, I'm not sure, but actually it might have been a church, but I'm not sure. And there was just a lot of people there, and I was surprised. Not that I didn't think my mom had an impact on people's lives, but it kind of showed me that we interact with so many different people, and as we go through life, we're kind of just gathering people to attend our funeral, which is kind of a gruesome, cruel way to think about it. But I mean, that's kind of how it is. I mean, I hope my friends now go to my funeral if I die before them, and I'm gonna go to theirs if they die for me. But yeah, just looking at all the people, it made me realize that we get to know so many people, and they all have different stories. They all have their different lives. Which is kind of where Sonder comes into play. Just like the realization that everyone else has such their own sophisticated life and unique experiences to them as you do. And it was just, I don't know, it's kind of mind-boggling. But what I wanted to say that I learned from this was, well, it made me grow up really fast. And I look at it as a blessing, because I am who I am today, and my maturity level because of it. That was the catalyst of me being, not to sound cocky, but well, I guess mature is the right word to say. I was gonna say smart, but I don't like saying that, because I feel like I feel like if I can do something, anyone can do it. Because I don't know, different. I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, it made me grow and realize that we have a finite amount of time on this earth, and we need to make the most of it while we're still here. And we need to live the most experiences possible and get to know as many people as we can, which is why I almost never say no to hanging out with someone, because what do I lose? I mean, unless I'm busy, if I'm doing nothing, why would I say no? Why would I not go make memories? Why would I not go get a new experience? Because the more experience, the more you have to offer, the more you can tell, the more you can create more experience, more you can create new experiences. So just the more you do, the more you get, and then the more, and then the more. So that's why I love being around people. I love human connection. That's my favorite thing in this world. Just connecting with humans, connecting, learning about their stories, learning about what makes them them. And sharing beautiful sunsets, beautiful days. Just sharing the simple things in life with other people is what makes life worth living for me. Because if you're alone, I mean, I guess you'd be all right, but I would just really prefer to be around people that I love, that love me, and that we can keep creating new memories. Which is also why I'm kind of sad that I'm moving, but I'm looking at it and telling myself new people, new memories, new experiences, new opportunities. God works in mysterious ways, and I see this as a blessing in disguise, because yes, I want to graduate with my friends here, but who knows what could happen out there. I don't think you have anything else to say. I thank you for listening, and I hope that you have a good night.